routine number 3 will focus primarily on the legs, and the hamstrings, and the glutes. So our first exercise is called the woodpecker, and we'll do it with a little bit of rotation. So with the woodpecker, it's a lunge stance. So I'll start with my right leg out front. And first start with the weight evenly distributed between front leg and back leg, but then put the weight on the heel of your front foot. And so do it without necessarily bending the knee. The knee will just stay slightly unlocked. And so we're going to open up the front side of the body, opening up our arms, opening up the chest, and take some decompression breaths. So lengthening the body, and then also bring the chest out in front, putting more weight on that front. So you should feel tension in your right leg, glute, and hamstring. And so opening up the body, and then from there, you can bring the arms out in front of you. You should feel more tension on your right leg. And then from here, you can rotate just about 6 inches to the side that your front leg is out on. So I got my right leg forward, so I'm going to rotate 6 inches to the right. And this will just add more to the exercise. Then you can bring it back to the middle, and then slowly return back here. And that's the exercise. So something you can add with this exercise, first you want to practice that just by itself, but then you can try adding this finger exercise. And there's not really a better way to name it or describe it other than you're putting your fingertips together. And from here you're just lifting each finger. So you start one by one, just one finger at a time. And eventually you could do combinations if you want to. You could do your 4th and your 1st finger, or your 2nd and your 5th finger. And it kind of takes some coordination, even if you've played a keyboard instrument for a while. And so really this exercise, more than anything, is a coordination exercise, and then also it activates the finger muscles. So once you've practiced this by itself, and you've practiced the woodpecker, then you can try putting them together. So you're doing them at the same time. So, or if I did my left leg in front this time with the woodpecker, and weights on my front leg, opening up the chest, decompression breath, arms out. Then I can do fingertips together exercise while I'm still focusing on all the things I'm working on in the woodpecker. You got your rotation there. And you can bring it back. So only after practice put those two together. Then, and so you can do the woodpecker facing the wall. So once you've done that, then you're already facing the wall for our next exercise, which you have to face the wall for. And it's just some leg reverse extensions. So let's start, so palms against the wall and then elbows up. Let's start with our left leg, so we'll bring our knee up to about hip level, and then you'll do reverse extension, so back like that. You can kind of squeeze there, and so again, it's working your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back a little bit, and so you could do about 10 each side. I'll go with my right leg. And then to finish the routine off, you can do some hip mobility stretches. So you can do it in a variety of positions, so to speak. So you're just opening up your hip. You could do it leaning against the wall. So I'll start with my left leg. I'm rotating it out, and then I'll bring it back in as well. So I could go with my right leg, and then back in. And so you could do it leaning against the wall if you want the whole routine to be up against the wall. Otherwise, you could also just stand in place and do a little switch. And you could rotate, so you're going left leg and right leg, and same thing coming in. So you can do it standing in place if you don't have much room. You could also do it if you have a hallway or more space. You could do it just kind of walking, running back and forth. So open up the right leg, left leg, right leg. And then you could do it closing it in, so that. So just ending with that hip mobility stretch is a good way to end the routine after doing some strengthening exercises.